The American Red Cross held a blood drive today at Matamoros Elementary School, which was sponsored by the First Baptist Church of New Matamoros. According to Deacon Bob Limley from the First Baptist Church, the church helps with Red Cross with their blood drives every 3 months at the elementary school. Limley said it's the church's mission through God to always give back to the community. Limley added that the Red Cross let the church know how much of a need blood is this time of the year.
That goes without saying. There's so much need of it, and the Red Cross lets us know that they're in dire need of all the time, and I'm afraid people don't realize how important it is until it hits home. Somebody you know that needs a blood transfusion, and like a cancer patient or somebody that's their health is not doing well. It's very important.
According to a statement made earlier in the month by Ohio River Valley Red Cross Director Sharon Kesselring, there is a major need for blood in the summertime because people are traveling more often and aren't donating as much to their local Red Cross chapters.